Importance of case study method. It is a scientific method as the study is made on the basis of facts and evidences. It is the suitable method when the problem under study forms a process, when the problem that we are studying and the study deals is a process rather than one incident, then case study method will be used. It provides a wealth of data and clues and ideas for further study of the problem, and whatever data, whatever clues, whatever ideas have been evaluated after conducting the study, that will be used to solve other problems or to study other problems. Its data are the means by which we are able to arrive at the actual human experience and attitudes which constitute full and actual social reality. Now the limitations of case study method. Number 1, as generalization are drawn from too few cases, we cannot universalize them. Only certain cases are taken into account while doing the case study by adopting the case study method. Therefore, whatever are the findings, those findings cannot be universalized. Second, the method is quite loose and unsystematic. It is unsystematic method. Third, no uniform and standardized system of recording case histories has been developed. Under this method, there is no proper way of recording or you can say or standardizing the systems of developing histories. A qualitative term in some way destroys the vitality of human touch. The sociologist's bias is seen in case studies. Sociologists has some bias and they generally apply those biases while conducting the case studies. Case histories are usually couched in highly subjective. Next, the time and money needed for case study is greater than in other methods. Lots of money, lots of time is spent in case study method. The sociologist may develop a tendency towards ad hoc theorizing without doing the actual work of observation, experimentation, analyzing. What they may conclude a particular thing in form of a theory by just assumptions and many other ad hoc practices. There is enough scope for errors due to inaccurate observation and faulty interference. And because of inaccurate observation and faulty interference, there are chances of errors. The possibility of becoming involved emotionally, which leads to difficulties in objective observation. The sociologist may start dealing the things in an emotional manner, which may lead to difficulties in objective observations. The fourth method and the most important method in sociological studies is the observation method. So, one of the most important and extensively used method in sociological studies is observation. It is both most primitive and the most modern method of study. So, this observation method is primitive and the most modern method of study of sociological aspects. It is one of the primary research instruments. According to Webb's Deliberate and sustained personal observation is an indispensable part of the study of any social institution. According to Gude and Hatt, science begins with observation and ultimately return to observation for its final validation. According to Lindsay Gardner, selection, provocation, recording, and encoding of that set of behaviors and settings concerning organism, that is, naturalistic settings of familiar surroundings which are consisted with empirical aims. Now the characteristics of observation method. Number one, behavior is observed. In observation method, the behavior of individuals, groups, and you may say communities is observed. Number two, it enables understanding significant events affecting social relations of the participant, and the social it helps in affecting social relationships of participants. It determines reality from the perspective of observed person himself. So the person who is being observed, everything is being derived. All the studies are being, all the results are being derived from that person only. It defines regularities and recurrences in social life by comparing data in one study with those in other studies. And whatever data has been collected, whatever research has been made, that research is compared with other data or with other studies, and further more detailed research work is done. Observation involves some controls pertaining to the observer and to the means he uses to record data. It is focused on hypothesis-free inquiry. It avoids manipulation in the independent variable. Recording is not selective. Detailed recording is done. The important conditions imposed on scientific observation are: number one, reliability or intersubjectivity. The results of the observation method are reliable and are intersubjective. Number two, interobjectivity and validity, and they are all valid and they are all interobjective. Types of observations. The following are the major types of observations. Number one, uncontrolled observation, or you may say simple or unaided or non-controlled observation. Number two, controlled observation. Number three, participant observation. Number four, non-participant observation. Number five, structured observation. Number six, unstructured observation. Seventh, intrasubjective observation, and eighth, intersubjective observation. Now the process of observation. The following are the sequential steps to be followed while adopting observation method of sociological studies. Number one, preparation and training. First of all, the sociologist will decide upon the goal of study and the group of subjects to be observed. What is the main purpose of the study and who are the group or the objects or say the subjects that are to be observed. He has to decide which, when, where and how to observe. These are the questions that he has to decide and has to get the answers clearly. Before starting observation, he must acquire himself about the nature, characteristics of the group that is proposed to be studied, and each and every fact regarding the group to be studied should be known to the sociologist before starting his observations or his studies by the help of the observation method. Number 2, entering into the study environment. The permission of the appropriate authority should be obtained to enter, to observe. He has to make efforts to develop rapport with the subjects to be studied, and prior permission from the related authorities has to be taken by the sociologist before starting his observation. And before starting his observation, he should make each and every person to be studied familiar to him. Initial interaction. He should impress upon the group about confidentiality of their identification in the study, and he should ensure each and every person that are to be observed that whatever will be observed about them, whatever will be recorded as data while conducting the observation on them will be kept secret. No one is going to come to know about it. Then observation. He should proceed for full observation. He should record notes while observing. He should be ready to face any crisis that may arise. Then the complete observation will start. He will record all the things in form of notes, and he should be ready to face any worst circumstances that may arise in future while performing his act. Then recording. The recording should be done blindly. He should verify the internal consistency and external consistency. The accuracy should be confirmed. After finishing the work, he should seek exit from the behavioral situation. And each and everything should be properly recorded and verified in relation to the internal consistency and external consistency, and as soon as the work is over, he should quit the behavioral situation. He has to analyze the observed data and write report presenting views. This is the last step. Then the limitations of observation. Number 1, observation is not suitable for conditions. Those often change abnormally. Where there are abnormal changes in the conditions, observation method is not suitable. Number 2, observation is limited by the duration of events. Number 3, observation will not give good results when the respondents are not aware of the observation. If the respondents are not aware that they are being observed, then the results will not be accurate. Observation is not possible when the respondents are unwilling, and if the respondents are not willing to answer or to behave in a proper way, then observation is not possible. Observation gives wrong results when observer is biased. The observer should not be biased, and if he is biased, then the results will be wrong. Observation is not possible in the case of private, social and legal actions. A observation data cannot be quantified. It is a qualified data and it cannot be quantified. There are some problems related to reliability and validity of the observation. Observational studies use a smaller sample than census survey studies. It is often impossible to anticipate the occurrence to the event precisely enough to be able to be present to observe it.